Let's welcome back to the show, nationally syndicated radio host Dana Loesch. Dana, always a pleasure to see you. What do you make of the Democrats vowing retaliation? Let's show the dozen states moving to do redistricting now, including swing states, Ohio and North Carolina officials there. What do you think, Dana?
Well, Liz, I think it's been a long time coming, and what Democrats, fail to realize or acknowledge, the truth in this is that just because it's not their preferred outcome does not mean that it's a case of discrimination. In fact, it's in reverse. They're talking about employing discrimination when marking up these maps so that they can have their preferred outcome. In fact, in my state of Texas, the DOJ told us to revise 4 of our different districts. And what Governor Ron DeSantis did, by the way, and you noted the swing states, and this is so incredibly important, and Liz, you're always right on this. This is going to really set the tone for elections to come, because Florida has gone from a swing state to a solid red state. Now, that makes sense when you look at the number of people from New York and California that have been moving to Florida. In my state of Texas, particularly, Liz, where I live, in the DFW Metroplex, we have the majority of Californians that are moving to the state. They move to the DFW Metroplex, my county, my city, and we can see it in our local elections. They actually tend to vote Republican, too, which is very interesting. But that's 100,000, give or take a little over that, a year that come in from California. I mean, we're coming up on the 250th birthday of our republic's, creation. And remember, this all started taxation without representation in part. We're talking about adding tons of Republican voters to these states, but then also denying them their equal representation, the disenfranchisement that Democrats discuss by ideologically putting them into like the ether by trying to guide this all on racial lines. Yeah. And that's, when Hakeem Jeffries says that there's going to be a revenge on this, what revenge is he talking about? Democrats are going to actually have to go into these areas for once and start campaigning. They're going to have to finally do the work, Liz.
Right. And Democrats should have seen this coming. I mean, Chief Justice John Roberts said soon after joining the bench in 2005, the way to stop discrimination on the basis of race is to stop discriminating on the basis of race. We got CNN's data guru, Dana, Harry Enton, says the polls show President Trump is now even more popular with black voters than versus his first term. What do you think?
I think that makes all the sense in the world, because Trump doesn't treat voters the way that Democrats do. He doesn't break them down and act like he has a patent on their identity politics, the way that Democrats think that all black Americans have to vote Democrat, all females have to vote Democrat. And he talks about the issues that really resonate with voters. And one more data point on this as well. When we talk about redistricting, the 6 New England states, which are all Democrat represented, there's not a single Republican represented in Congress up there, and there's one Republican senator out of Maine, Susan Collins. But when you consider that the registered Republicans make up 40% of those states, New Hampshire, it's 48%, and then you realize that there's no Republican representation there, that's the cheating. That's the gerrymandering that we are correcting by taking this state by state. So Tennessee, they're starting to call for this as well. My home state of Missouri, Texas, this is going to go nationwide, Liz, and technically could really modify midterms.
Really going to be wild stuff. Dana Loesch, thank you so much for helping us out. Always a pleasure.